Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Sunday service on June 4th. Beautiful day. Thank you for joining us online as well as here in person. We will now have the entering of Sensei Reverend Marco Sawada.
NAMUAMIDABUTSU. NAMUAMIDABUTSU.
Please rise if you're able to for Gassho and meditation, followed by Shue singing on page 43 in our red service book. Please remain standing and we'll have Vandana Ti-Sarana followed by three treasures on page 46 and 47.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa.
Om is to be the exalted one, the enlightened one,
Gacchami Sangam Saranam Gacchami. I go to the Buddha for guidance. I go to the Dharma for guidance. I go to the Sangha for guidance. Difficulties to receive life in human form, now we are living it. Difficulties to hear the Buddha Dharma, now we hear it. If you cannot receive awakening in this present life, then in what life can we hope to receive it? Let's reverently take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I take refuge in the Buddha. May we together as one begin on the great path of enlightenment, holding in your hearts the supreme aspiration. I take refuge in the Dharma. May we together as one enter the storehouse of the Dharma and attain true wisdom as deep as the ocean. I take refuge in the Sangha. May we together as one, united in harmony, strive to live for the enlightenment of all beings. The incomparable, deep, and profound Dharma is difficult to encounter, even through countless age of kalpa. Now we are privileged to hear and receive it. Let's endeavor and to truly understand the true meanings of the Buddha Dharma. NAMUAMIDABUTSU. NAMUAMIDABUTSU.
NAMUAMIDABUTSU.
Please be seated. We'll now turn to page 48 and 50 for Shoshinsan, page 48 to page 50.
The Buddha of infinite life, I take my refuge in the Buddha of boundless life. I take my refuge. Buddha eternal, with like exquisite. Buddha could not refrain, make a vow to say, redeeming for all of earth who wandering on, aspire to Buddha came to Jesus' heart of compassion is expressed in them. Jesus' light shines through all the world, giving all in the dark. It calls to His light, sweeping away noise. Eternal calling voice, thy mouth was to pray. We rejoice in His God, living all our instruction, Those circles close and live constantly guide our hearts to rest in peace in the gift of love. Receiving and passing on the Buddha Dharma so precious, illuminating all of its points, Master King in our world. Buddha Dharma so grateful, plentiful is its strength. Glory, harmony, and love in the distance of how gladly we are now. We hear the Buddha's words. Oh, how great is wisdom's crown, that once at the purpose of the spiritual birth. Let us go and praise Him in on and all and earthly, seeking the way. Let us move towards peace. NAMUAMIDABUTSU, 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 NAMUAMIDABUTSU.
We'll now have our Dharma talk by Reverend Sawada.
This is good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming today. Every time, Master Renew reminds us how important is listen to the heart. You have to, you should listen as this message is very first time you are listening to. And the second is, this message is for you alone. And the third, this is the last time you will ever do so in your life. Master Renew 500 years ago, and thank you. And today I put one word from Master, is our Zen Master Dogen. Just let me put my notes there. Master Dogen reminds us, very important, is a Zen master, but today we are talking about this, what Master Dogen said. Studying the self means forgetting the self. Studying the self means forgetting the self. And to complement, I have one more quotation from Sensei Shue SB. When our individual liberation ceases to be an issue, that is our liberation. When our individual liberation ceases to be an issue, that's our liberation. Good morning today. Again, I will talk about liberate by the Amida's name, liberate by the NAMUAMIDABUTSU, or save it by the name, save it by. Usually in Shin Buddhism, or Jodo Shinshu, we tell of the reciting the name is our salvation, our liberation, our I would say realization. Now this term, save, salvation, liberation, or realization, I prefer to be, we can use the term liberation or realization, more than salvation. Maybe we can understand what this means, liberation. Then, do you think only say NAMUAMIDABUTSU, there is a meaning for you? From your heart. For me, I really only say NAMUAMIDABUTSU, NAMUAMIDABUTSU, I can realize something, I can be liberated from something, from my suffering, I don't think so. Actually, I don't feel only put the hands, say NAMUAMIDABUTSU can make something into my heart or something like that. Then, reciting the name of Amida Buddha, it can be my liberation. This is a question mark. But for us, our sect, this NAMUAMIDABUTSU, we call this easy practice. People say when it's important, you listen and you recite the name of NAMUAMIDABUTSU. How it can be my liberation? This is what Shinran made him in struggles about. He recited the name. How can be? There is a larger sutra. There is a lot of vows there, and the most ones, the important vow there, always important, but the 18th vow, the crucial vow, 18th vow. They said, Shinjin, this is deep faith in trust in Amida's vow is your salvation. But except the people committed the 5 defilements or 5 crimes. What is 5 defilements? Is kill your father, kill your mother, kill Arahant, kill the monks, kill the people, the leaders, the bodhisattvas, or bleeding the Buddhas, like you deny all things of Buddha's teachings, or you make the Buddha's teachings as something you can throw away. And the 5 is conspire against you try to
make a problem in the Sangha, and all things related. This is called this 5 defilement. This kind of people cannot be liberated by NAMUAMIDABUTSU. And there is more one, we call it Sendai. It Sendai is people, doesn't matter Buddhism, doesn't matter anything, they don't think anything about be liberated. This is what Shinran was intrigued, because why these people, then he realized in himself, he doesn't have anything he can say is genuine to follow the path. He tried this 20 years in monastic life, and after living there, he met Master Honen and continued this kind of, what does mean this? 5 defilement, it's Sendai. Then he realized, but the importance is deep faith. How they say deep faith. What was this deep faith? But deep faith is Shinjin. But in Shinjin, Master Zendo or Master Shandao in Chinese or Zendo in Japanese, the same. Say this deep interest is important to you get the liberation. But this is Shin. This interest is divided in 3. Who aspire to be Buddha but never will get there as a Buddha. The second Shin is that is a bodhisattva, that they are in the path as a bodhisattva. And that the third one is that is the Shin is assured there is to go to the Buddha. This is bodhisattva path, but we can all make this 3 in one, we call it Shinjin, deep interest. But Shinran was, even I try to believe in this, I can sometimes believe, sometimes not, but actually in my heart I don't have any aspiration to be Buddha, to be this really interesting, deep, interesting Buddha. Because then, why? How can I be liberated by the name? Then Shina was really intrigued about that. How can I do? Why? Just tell the name, or recite the name can be liberation. But when we come back for Shakyamuni Buddha, in the largest sutra too, we are moved by concept. Human only understand the language of concept, the dual, right or wrong, good or bad, and we never abandon this concept in our life. For example, when you listen to our progress, our science, our ideal, internet, everything, in the same time, there is other side, we have passions, we continue making trouble, killing people, denying, lying. Then Shakyamuni Buddha realized that the human, we call it logical, the human knowledge, science, and the passions actually is the same. All the center is this self. I'm right, you are wrong. But human couldn't solve this problem right now. We continue for whole humanity history. You continue doing the same thing. Then, how can I be liberated by the name? What is... Then, if you can understand only concept in yours as a language of human, the liberation or awakening come from the concept too. Then this concept is NAMUAMIDABUTSU. I take refuge in the Buddhas of infinite life, infinite wisdom. This is compassion. How can I be? I cannot understand Sensei. How can Shinran? This is when you think about your need. If you are here right now, if your dual mind use your judgment, and we cannot escape from judgment, then this mind is the way we can be liberated to. We are imprisoned from the concept, and we are being liberated by concept. This is how it works in our mind. Yeah. If you need someone like that, please help me, help me, help me, help me. Yeah. There is someone coming. Oh, the guy needs help. I go there, you help. But if you don't need help, there is no one go to help you. This is what we have to think about. When there is our mind to follow, we are here to try to find meaning. What life is. What I have to do. Why am I here now? Who am I? Yeah, this is a lot of questions. Then this make it get lost. When you get lost, there is a traffic light too, or a GPS to guide you, or map to guide you to your destination too. This is what humans understand. This is only way the people, the human can understand this liberation. Then the word NAMUAMIDABUTSU is a way that Buddha's wisdom brought us to realize about our own path as a Buddhist. How can do this, Sensei? Then when we are here, we say NAMUAMIDABUTSU is only a concept. But if you come back from until or this symbol, Gassho, how many people before you come here, they did? How many history has this NAMUAMIDABUTSU? And when even you don't understand NAMUAMIDABUTSU, we say, you put Gassho, your hands in Gassho, this is a proof that history reached you. Then this is not you choose. Yeah? This is something came from a lot of suffering much before you come here. That the reason we only can see, we can understand, or you try to understand these symbols, all these symbols. But in the symbol, if there isn't something really touch for long history, longer than I can understand, we couldn't stand here now. Yeah. Then when you stand here is a proof of this name is working. Then is not only reciting, is hearing. Hearing means something come to you. Then NAMUAMIDABUTSU come to you as a symbol, but in the same time is a work. I need to be helped. If why you need help, there is someone try to help you. This is one thing. It's like a Shakyamuni Buddha push you to go, and there is Amida Buddha, come here, asking to come there for the true reality. But Sensei, how can I say true reality? I don't have any kind of shinjin, everything. That the question is, these people commit the 5 defilements, or people don't believe in the last minute, then they say NAMUAMIDABUTSU, they can be saved. Of course, I can understand, but doesn't really make me in my heart. I cannot understand, really I cannot understand. Then Shinran was there. I can come back for Nirvana Sutra, when there was a king called Ajasatru, and his father was Bimbasara. And Ajasatru, he killed his father to become the next king. But why motivated him to kill his father? Was because when his father was the king, he was moved by one guru, told him, your son, will come here to kill you, to be in your place. Then you have to avoid this, killing him, but how can I do this? And he tried to kill his son, but he couldn't because his paternal love. And then only he had one accident, his son was accident and broken his finger there. But there was Shakyamuni Buddha cousin, Devadatta. He told, you don't know what happened. Why do you have this kind of finger here? It's because your parents tried to kill you. You went so you don't become the next king. But they couldn't because this parents' love, they were even them, because Devadatta wanted to postpone Shakyamuni Buddha as a leader, spiritual leader, and put someone he could control. He worked in the back, Devadatta worked in the back too. He became a spiritual leader, and Devadatta and Ajasatru becomes to become a king. But then he killed his father. But when he took these feelings of kill your father, for long, and he become a lot of somatization. His body become a lot of ill disease because he couldn't. But he consult his works his other minister there, and he said some of them told him, Devadatta, or Ajasatru, don't worry about that, don't worry about that. In the history of kingdom, a lot of priests killed their father or theirs. In history, they didn't happen nothing. This is a common thing to happen. But there is one more is Giva. Giva was another counselor there, told, no, you have to take this, your crime. You have to feel inside of your heart you did a wrong thing. So you have to take this remorse, you have to take this crime, and you have to be, to accept this and try to make some, confession, to try to at least be, but I can give you a good counsel for you. You try to go to Shakyamuni Buddha's place and ask them, because he was a counselor of your dad, and he is going to die a little bit more. He is going to die. Then you have to find himself to clarify your path as a king, as a person. Then he was really sick, and he tried to go to Shakyamuni Buddha. But he said, Giva, can I go with you in your same elephant there? Can we ride together? Why? No, because you are a very good man. If something can happen with me, like some problem, I can have some, like a sin, I have to pay for my crime. They don't attack in this route when I'm going with you, because you'll be protected. Then I will be protected together. Then they went to encounter Shakyamuni Buddha. Then Shakyamuni Buddha told him, oh, I was waiting for you. Why? And if Shakyamuni Buddha didn't tell nothing about he tried to say, Shakyamuni Buddha, I'm very, in remorse because I killed my father. How can I be free from this? Shakyamuni Buddha, yeah, I know, you did something, yeah, but anything can happen with you. If you go to the law of the nothing, always empty, you only told someone, you give one order to kill your father, you did this. But Shakyamuni Buddha is telling the same thing like others 5 ministers told him, doesn't matter, let it go, this is history. But one thing is different from Shakyamuni told him was, oh, I was your father's counselor, and I knew your father killed 1,000 people without any chance for they survive. Then, but I was there. I was his counselor. I did a lot of things, but even his father had killed 1,000 people or more, and he was king. Then what you are feeling and what his father felt is the same. But I did one thing. I supported your father. Then I have to carry on this crime too. This is my crime. Because I support your father too. I was his spiritual counselor. Then I'm part of this crime. Your crime is my crime. Your suffering is my suffering. And your happiness is my happiness. This is when, from the point of view of Ajatasattu, he was only protecting himself. First, he was afraid about be suffers any kind of punishment from the heaven, from the God, and he went the same elephant as a giver. But your crime is my crime. He realized this important thing. When your individual liberation ceases to be finished, to be an issue, that is your liberation. Then, if my crime can help others, I will be an eternal criminal to help others. This is the change of focus. He didn't deny his background, but something moved him to realize something important was this Buddha's aspirations. That what we can understand, this liberation overcome our dual mind. Our dual mind is your word, is my word, but everyone has his own word. When you overcome this own word, but to overcome this own word, our own word, this is not your word. This is the truth working constantly to realize you want or you don't want. Then, what Shakyamuni Buddha and Ajatasattu has in common, they had the common is they were both criminal. Shakyamuni was criminal because he supported his father Bimbasara to be continue doing that. And at the same time, Ajatasattu commit that crime, killing his father, but they were saved by the deep compassion or nothing. The circumstance come, you can kill people if the circumstance tell you to kill. Yeah. Then that does mean in Buddhism is a path. Path means you have to follow. You have to follow some path, don't stop. That is our work. Then we think enlightenment experience is perfection, self-perfection. But this self-perfection, a lot of bodhisattva, included Master Shinran, Master Honin, they all tried, but they really couldn't find this self-perfection. They only stay in this suffering world and suffering world. That Shakyamuni Buddha realized he got one state of bodhisattva, and he experienced that what they said enlightenment, and he came back as a work in the worst level of our humanity. What does mean? The worst level is this self. This self cannot be saved because I is the most hardest person to be saved is this self. Then Shinran realized, I don't have anything to be saved. Then I don't have this Shinjin too. How can I be liberated that? Then is a work. Process of enlightenment is not a process that we think is work, is constantly change. You think the self-improvement and you get some position there like a bodhisattva, you think you are Buddha, but only you can be Buddha when others become Buddha first. This is what Haneda Sensei tell us about this. Haneda Sensei wrote, how can I find here? That self-forgetting spirit of Bodhisattva Dharmakara. Dharmakara is about to become Buddha. Their Buddhahood first, my Buddhahood last. The self-forget spirit of Bodhisattva Dharmakara. This is the true self. Dharmakara wasn't the Buddha, but he made a vow he couldn't be Buddha. He cannot be Buddha if all sentient beings don't become Buddha. Then he came back for this world. When he became Buddha, he came back as in the worst place, on the place people cannot be saved. Then as a work. Then if your crime is my crime, this is my salvation. I will be as a criminal. This is how it works. Studying the self means forgetting the self. When your individual liberation stops to be an issue, it's our liberation. This is Shue mind. That liberation is no liberation. This is NAMUAMIDABUTSU. Then call the name. You can say not only calling, but hearing. Hearing means hearing. Yes. The bodhicitta. Bodhicitta means first others, after the self. This is the real spirit of enlightenment, is a work. You have this ideal, but this is a path or a gate. A gate, you continue working, continue. If you need be help, there is a help calling you. This is NAMUAMIDABUTSU. This interaction, we say, is Shinjin. Shinjin is when you and the Buddha's heart become one, to awaken you to the true path of Bodhisattva. Is a path to real the bodhicitta. Bodhicitta is you first, their salvation first, their liberation first, my liberation second. Saved by the name means, this only we understand concept. And we cannot escape from the concept. We can be only saved by concept. Our symbol is provisional, but in this provisional, there is a work. We realize this work. This work we call Nenbutsu. Is Hongan Riki, power of Hongan, innermost spiritual Buddha. You aspire to be Buddha, but what means be Buddha? This is a question for realize all is Butsu Butsu Sone. What does mean? Buddha, Buddha, look at each other and realize each other. You work as a Buddha, I work as a Buddha, together. Not because I'm telling here, I'm in the position of minister, I know more than you, or I'm teaching you. No, this is not Buddhism. Buddhism is Butsu Butsu Soul Name. We learn together. We become one, togetherness. Your suffering is my suffering. Your happiness is my happiness. I cannot be Buddha if you don't become Buddha first. But I'm commit this 5 defilement. But this 5 defilement means this kind of people like me cannot be saved. But we cannot be saved. We stay here as a work, as a Buddha. This is what Shakyamuni Buddha, he decided to stay here. If he couldn't save this Ajatasattu, he couldn't go to Nirvana. Then Ajatasattu represent all this humankind. This is the reason we are Ajatasattu, we are Shakyamuni Buddha, and we are the criminal one too. Thank you. NAMUAMIDABUTSU is a concept, but in the concept there is a lot of symbols, and in the symbol there is a truth. Namandabu, 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 namandabu. Thank you, everyone. If you have something to share about today's talk or about something about that, you can come here and share with us something. Okay? You want to share? No? Yeah? Okay, share. Thank you.
Thank you, Sensei. Okay, if we can all rise, let's turn to page 54 for the Gatha ONDOKUSAN II, followed by Nenbutsu Gatha on page 127. Please be seated. Thank you for joining us on the Sunday service. Do we have any announcements, Sensei?
Yeah, only July 29, Saturday from 2 p.m. Hatsubon, first bon for people that love it and pass from last year, July to June this year. The family, the representative can come. We are sending the letter there to more details. Yeah? And the next day, July 30, Sunday, we have bone service for regular bone service from 9 a.m. And I will be absent from a little. And this time, we ask if you have urgent services, ask to Palolo and Betsuin.
Are you going to do healthy tips today, or
What?
were you going to do healthy tips? You have your health. No?
Yeah,
Yeah?
healthy.
Okay.
Only
Thank you for joining us today.
before we finish, this is what I can call just one exercise. Of course, it's really hard to do, but we can try to make your base is here. This part of the body of a human is all movement. It starts from this part. Yeah, very important. Yes, because in Japanese we say koshi, or we say, yeah, but this is, we start moving from everything. And it's a connection from your lower part and your upper part of your body. And this is really important for our health. And one, in yoga, we have one exercise we can work, very important to connect this part, and there's a center part for in Japanese we say hara, is very important too. In Indian exercise, in yoga, this is part really important. And this is one most important part to connect. It's like an antenna of your body. This antenna, we can work doing to become this part more flexible. Yeah? And there's a good exercise you can do. Of course, it's hard for everyone because you have to be in, fasting. No, at the early morning, about to try 10 times or 5 times first, because you are improving and you can put more. You have to be in this, sit like that. Yeah, it's really hard. And yeah. Then to make these muscles from your butt here, your legs, and at the same time, you put your spine as an antenna, like you do up, inhale, You do in the back there, and do Gassho and exhale. Exhale from your nose. 1. Stay there. Inhale.
Can you do one time? Yoko. No, yoko. Yeah.
That you do about in the high level 21 times.
21.
21.
Beginners?
A beginner can do as they can. Yeah? Of course, only stay first because it will be hard, yeah, to stay. And for some elderly people, become very hard. But if you can do that, this your antenna, your legs, muscles, your abdomen, and your works better. You can feel progress in your life. Yeah, just like. I don't know, but yeah, this is our health tip today. Thank you for today. NAMUAMIDABUTSU. NAMUAMIDABUTSU. NAMU.